Let's get real. The dropshipping game has changed. You can't just find a trending product and expect to win. Everyone's doing that. Your edge isn't your product or your ads, it's your supply chain. The real battlefield is behind the scenes, delivering the right product to the right person at the right time. If you can't deliver fast and reliably, you lose customers. Your competitor with dialed-in operations wins. Supply chain resilience, powered by AI, is your moat. It's what lazy competitors can't copy. Build that operational backbone. The clock is ticking. Let's get into how you do it. Let's talk about one of the biggest killers in dropshipping stockouts. You run a brilliant ad campaign, it goes viral, and suddenly you have thousands of customers banging on your digital door, but your supplier can't keep up. You're forced to pause your ads, refund orders, and watch your momentum die. It's painful, and it's completely avoidable. This is where predictive restocking comes in. It's not a crystal ball, it's better. It's AI using data to tell you what's going to sell out and when, so you can act, it happens. So how does it work? Simple. AI tools like Predictive or even custom scripts using TensorFlow connect directly to your sales data from Shopify, WooCommerce, or wherever you sell. They don't just look at yesterday's sales, they analyze historical sales data, seasonality, like Christmas or Black Friday, and current ad performance. The AI learns your sales patterns for each specific product variant. It understands that your blue widgets sell twice as fast as your red ones, but only in the summer. It sees the velocity of your sales picking up and flags a potential stockout 3 weeks in advance. This isn't about guessing, it's about data-driven probability. The system sends you an alert. Warning: SQ number 12345 is projected to sell out in 15 days based on current ad spend and sales velocity. This gives you time. Time to contact your primary supplier and ensure they have stock. Time to line up a backup supplier just in case. Time to maybe even pre-order a small batch of your bestseller to a third-party logistics provider for faster shipping. You're no longer reacting to an empty shelf. You're proactively managing your inventory flow from a position of strength. Imagine the power. Instead of waking up to angry customer emails, you're waking up to a dashboard that gives you a clear view of the future. You can confidently scale your ad campaigns knowing that your supply chain can handle the heat. This single capability, predicting and preventing stockouts, can dramatically increase your revenue and reduce your stress. It transforms your supply chain from a liability into a strategic asset. It's the first and most crucial step in building a resilient dropshipping operation. You know the basics, pulling sales data. But the real pros dig deeper, using unconventional sources for an edge. Think Google Trends, social media sentiment, even weather data and competitor stock levels. AI tools connect these dots, spotting trends and alerting you before anyone else. That's how you turn market intelligence into your secret weapon. Note: there were no mentions of pounds in the original script, so no changes were necessary. Theory is nice, but results are what matter. Let's talk about a real brand, a UK-based home decor dropshipper we'll call Urban Dwelling. They were doing well, hitting around $5 million in annual revenue, but they were constantly firefighting. Their biggest problem was the classic viral product headache. They'd have a lamp or a rug go viral on Instagram, and their supply chain would just collapse. They'd sell out in 48 hours. Their supplier in China would have a 2-week lead time, and they'd be left with thousands of angry customers and paused ads. Sound familiar? They decided to get serious. They implemented an AI-powered supply chain management system. They started with the basics, integrating their Shopify sales data. But then, they added the layers we just talked about. They pulled in Google Trends data for interior design keywords like Japandi and maximalism. They used a sentiment analysis tool to monitor home decor influencers on Instagram and Pinterest. Most critically, they built a simple scraper to monitor the stock levels of their 5 biggest competitors. All this data was fed into a central AI model. The results were insane. Within the first 3 months, their stockout incidents dropped by 90%. The AI started flagging products that were about to trend. For example, it noticed a spike in social media chatter about fluted glass and alerted the team. They contacted their supplier, who confirmed they had a new line of fluted glassware coming. Urban Dwelling got exclusive first access, launched a campaign before anyone else, and sold $250,000 worth in the first week. They went from reacting to the market to leading it. This wasn't just about preventing stockouts, it was about unlocking new revenue. By having a reliable supply chain, They could scale their ad spend with confidence. They could run more aggressive campaigns because they knew with a high degree of certainty that they could fulfill the orders. In 18 months, Urban Dwelling went from $5 million to over $12 million in revenue. Their profit margins increased because they had fewer refunds and less wasted ad spend. They built a defensible moat around their business, all by shifting their focus to the supply chain. Returns. Every e-commerce owner hates that word. It means lost revenue, logistical nightmares, and honestly, unhappy customers. For dropshippers, it's even worse. Managing returns when the product is coming from a supplier halfway across the world can feel, well, impossible. But what if you could not only reduce returns but actually turn them into a profitable part of your business? With AI, you absolutely can. The game isn't just about preventing returns, it's about creating intelligent workflows for when they inevitably happen. First, let's talk prevention. AI can be your first line of defense. By analyzing return data, an AI can identify products are being returned. Is a specific shirt always returned with the comment "run small"? The AI flags this. You can then automatically update the product page with a simple note. Note, this item runs small. We recommend ordering one size up. This simple, automated intervention, driven by data, can slash the return rate for that specific product. It's about using post-purchase data to fix the pre-purchase experience. But what happens when a customer still wants to return something? This is where the magic happens. Instead of just sending a return label, you deploy an AI-powered returns portal like Loop Returns or Returnly. When the customer initiates a return, the AI doesn't just say okay, it makes an offer. For example, we see you want to return the large blue t-shirt. Instead of sending it back, how about we offer you a 30% discount to keep it, or a $15 store credit to exchange it for something else? You'd be shocked how many customers take this offer. Now for the brilliant part. For low-cost items, the cost of shipping the item back to your supplier is often more than the item is worth. The traditional model is to just write it off as a loss. The AI model says something different. It calculates the return shipping cost versus the product cost. If it's not economical to return, the AI can be programmed to tell the customer, you know what, just keep it. Here's your full refund. This creates a massive wow moment for the customer, generating incredible goodwill and loyalty, often for less than the cost of a return label. You turn a negative experience into a legendary one. Okay, this all sounds great, but how does it actually fit together? Let's break down the architecture. You don't need to be a coding genius to understand this. Think of it like a series of pipes connecting different tanks of water. Your job is to make sure the data flows smoothly from one place to the next, gets processed, and results in a smart action. It's a system, and once it's set up, it works for you 24/7, making intelligent decisions while you sleep. The goal is automation and intelligence at every step. At the core of the system is your central data platform. This could be a specialized e-commerce AI tool, or even something as simple as a Google BigQuery database that you control. This is where all the information flows. The first pipe connects to your sales channels, Shopify, Amazon, WooCommerce. This pipe constantly sends real-time order data, customer information, and product performance details into your central hub. This is your primary source of truth for what's happening in your business right now. Next, you connect the external data pipes. One pipe pulls in your advertising data from Google Ads, Facebook Ads, and TikTok. This tells the AI how much you're spending to acquire customers for each product. Another pipe connects to your supplier's inventory system via an API, an application programming interface. This gives your AI real-time visibility into their stock levels. Then you add the unconventional pipes, Google Trends, social media sentiment APIs, and your competitor monitoring scripts. All of this diverse data pours into the central platform. Once all the data is in one place, the AI brain gets to work. This brain is a set of machine learning models. One model is for demand forecasting, another is for returns analysis, a third model is for supplier performance tracking. These models analyze the incoming data streams and produce outputs. These outputs aren't complicated reports, they are simple, actionable commands. For example, flag SKU number 54321 for reorder, update product page for SKU number 98765 with runs large warning, or send automated performance warning to supplier B. The system connects data to insight and insight to action. Every experienced dropshipper knows the obvious problems. But the real business killers are the hidden failures, the slow leaks that drain your profits and reputation over time. These are the issues that don't show up as a big red flag on your dashboard until it's too late. AI is uniquely good at spotting these patterns in the noise, the subtle signals that indicate a much bigger problem is brewing under the surface. It's about proactive detection, not reactive panic. One of the biggest hidden failures is declining supplier performance. Your supplier used to ship orders in 24 hours, but now it's creeping up to 48 hours, then 72. You might not notice this on a case-by-case basis, but an AI will. By analyzing the time between order placed and tracking number generated for thousands of orders, an AI can detect this gradual decay in performance. It can automatically flag supplier A's average fulfillment time has increased by 30% in the last 60 days, giving you the hard data you need to confront them or switch to a backup. Another silent killer is shipping and fulfillment errors. Your supplier swears they sent the right product, but customers are complaining they received the wrong size or color. An AI can connect the dots. By correlating return reasons, like received wrong item, with specific products and suppliers, it can identify patterns. It might discover that 90% of wrong item complaints are associated with one specific supplier, or even one specific product from that supplier. This allows you to pinpoint the source of the problem with surgical precision instead of flying blind. Finally, let's talk about silent product quality degradation. A product that was a 5-star winner 6 months ago is now getting 3-star reviews mentioning it feels cheap or broke easily. This often happens when a supplier switches to a cheaper material to cut their costs without telling you. An AI that scans your product reviews for keywords like broke, cheap, different, or low quality can spot this trend instantly. It can alert you that the sentiment around a best-selling product has turned negative, allowing you to investigate the quality before your brand's reputation is permanently damaged. Once you've mastered predictive restocking and returns, it's time for pro-level tactics. These are the strategies top dropshippers use to gain a serious edge. Use AI to turn your supply chain into a profit engine, locking in customers for life. Offer dynamic, personalized returns like full refunds for loyal customers or generous store credit for new ones. Automate supplier accountability with smart contracts and clear enforced standards. Finally, use returns data to spot new product opportunities and launch targeted campaigns. Note, there were no mentions of pounds in the original script, so no replacements with dollars were necessary. This has been a lot of information, I get it. It can feel overwhelming. You might be thinking, this sounds amazing, but I'm just one person. Where do I even start? Stop. Don't let perfect be the enemy of good. You don't need a team of data scientists and $1 million budget to begin. You just need to take one step. The single most important thing you can do, starting today, is to begin centralizing your data. That's it. That's the first move on the chessboard. Forget the fancy AI models for a minute. Your first goal is to get your most critical data streams flowing into one place. Create a free account on a platform like Google BigQuery, or even just start consolidating data into a well-organized Google Sheet using automation tools like Zapier. Set up a simple zap that automatically adds a new row to your sheet every time you get a new order in Shopify. Add the product name, the SKU, the date, the customer's location, and the price. This is your foundation. Next week, add another layer. Connect your ad platform. Pull in the daily ad spend and clicks for your campaigns. Now you can start to see in one place how much you're spending to get the sales that are appearing on your sheet. The week after that, start tracking your returns manually in a new tab. Note the product, the reason for the return, and the date. You're not doing any complex analysis yet. You are simply building the asset. Data is the asset. The whole point of this exercise is to shift your mindset from just running a store to building an intelligent business system. Once your data is flowing into one place, you can start asking simple questions. Which product gets the most returns? What's my average time between an order and a shipment? You'll start to see patterns with your own eyes, even before you apply any AI. This simple act of centralizing your data is the first, most critical step. So do it now, today. Open that Google Sheet, set up that first Zapier connection, and take your first real step towards building a resilient, intelligent, and profitable dropshipping empire. Now go do it. If you found this guide helpful, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Follow us for more actionable strategies and drop a comment below with your biggest takeaway or question. take the next step in mastering AI for dropshipping. Your journey to smarter, stronger supply chains starts now.